Liam lost me in a bet to his twin brother. I pretended not to know anything and spent a wild night with him. The next day, blushing, I asked Liam to buy me some ointment. Last night you were too rough, I murmured softly. You were so different, not like before. I loved it. The pine scent that filled my senses was unfamiliar, nothing like Liam's usual cologne. I kept my eyes shut tight, my fists clenched under the covers as the bedroom door opened and footsteps approached. Strong arms slid beneath me, lifting me from the bed. Abby, the voice was deeper, smoother than Liam's. I played my part, wrapping my arms around his neck and nuzzling his chest. Liam, why did you take so long? His body stiffened almost imperceptibly. I buried my face in his shirt, inhaling that intriguing scent. You smell so good tonight, I love it. Then he lowered his head, and his lips brushed a feather-like kiss against the corner of my mouth. Good, as long as you like it. I had met Keith, Liam's twin brother, for the first time just 2 days before. Liam had never mentioned him. That entire evening, Keith had been aloof, speaking to me only once. Miss Abby, you have a lovely name. I didn't know he had agreed to Liam's absurd bet tonight, but a sharp instinct told me that if I wanted to escape this cruel game, Keith might be my only way out. The next morning, I waited until I heard Liam's car return. I descended the stairs with deliberate difficulty, wearing a short dress that did nothing to hide the marks on my neck and chest. Liam watched me, his frown deepening. What's wrong with you? I bit my lip, glancing at the maids, and didn't speak until I reached him. I noticed the fresh hickey on his neck, but quickly looked away. I tugged his sleeve, my cheeks burning. Will you buy me some ointment? Where does it hurt? He asked, his voice cold. Last night you were too rough, I murmured, my voice soft. I only realized when I showered this morning. I'm bleeding. Liam paled. What? What's bleeding? I looked at him with pitiful eyes. You were too rough, don't you remember? Then I moved closer, hugging him gently, pressing my flushed face to his. But you were so different, not like before, so incredible. Liam, I loved it so much. He stared at me, his face waxen. After a long moment, he shoved me away. I'll get you the ointment. Wait here. I watched him leave, the smile fading from my face. Later, I heard a car and walked to the French doors. Keith was stepping out, not wearing his glasses, making the resemblance to Liam even more striking. I put on a sweet, shy smile and walked out to him, my steps unsteady. Liam, where's my medicine? He looked down at me, not correcting me. I looped my arms around his and began patting his pockets. Where did you hide it? When my hand reached his pants pocket, he grabbed my wrist. What ointment? His voice was hoarse. I stomped my foot in feigned frustration, still pretending. You hurt me last night. He loosened his tie, his gaze burning over the marks on my skin. I need to see the injury to tell the doctor what kind of ointment you need. Liam, my face flushed. His eyes held a fire that threatened to scorch me. Why so shy, Abby? It's not like I haven't seen it before. He gripped my wrist and pulled me into his arms, my back against his solid chest. He lowered his head, his breath scalding my ear. Just then, another car screeched to a halt. Liam stepped out, his icy gaze locked on us, wrapped in each other's arms. Brother Abby, what are you doing? He asked. I frantically pushed Keith away. Liam, I mistook him for you. He wasn't wearing his glasses. Liam pulled me behind him, shooting Keith a hard look. Abby, you're so silly you can't even recognize your own man. I bit my lip, glancing at Keith. I'm so sorry. Brother, I really thought you were someone else. It's not your fault. People often mix up twins, Keith said, his tone light but laced with threat. Liam, you shouldn't have been so rough with her. Liam turned to me, his gaze calm yet terrifying. Go back to the room. Let me see where you're hurt. I'll apply the ointment. Back in the room, he washed his hands. Undress. Lie down. I'll check it myself. I trembled. Liam, why are you so mean to me today? Are you still mad because I mistook you for your brother? No, he cut me off sharply. I'm just concerned. Is it still bleeding? Let me see. He crouched before me, his fingers gently pushing my skirt up my thighs. I turned my face away, biting my lip until I tasted blood. Just as his fingers hugged into the waistband of my underwear, a sharp knock sounded out the door. Liam, come to the study with me now. Keith's voice was heavy with authority. Liam cursed under his breath but stood, handing me the ointment. Apply it yourself. The moment he left, my phone vibrated. A message from an unknown number. It's Keith. Save my number. I stared at it, then replied, Okay, brother. Liam didn't return. He called later, saying a crisis at a branch in Ohio required his immediate attention, a business trip for several days. The next morning, I ran into Keith at the foot of the stairs, now wearing his glasses, looking aloof and untouchable. Good morning, brother. Going to university? Yes. It's on my way. I'll drive you. In the car, he asked, How's the injury? My face flushed. It's better. He pulled out a different tube of ointment. If it's scabbed, use this. I waved my hands frantically. No, Liam already put medicine on me. If he finds out I took yours, he'll be angry. He stared at me. Do you care about Liam that much? Yes, he's my first boyfriend. He's always been so good to me. I love him. Keith let out a low, almost inaudible laugh and said nothing more. The 10 days Liam was away were peaceful. Keith didn't contact me. The night we shared felt like an absurd dream. On Friday, Liam called to say he was returning. I fell asleep waiting on the sofa and was awakened by the sound of the door opening. A tall figure approached, silhouetted against the light, carrying that familiar scent of pine. I reached out my hands. The moment Keith leaned down to hug me, I kissed his chin. Why did you take so long? I waited so long I fell asleep. His arms tightened around me. You're hurting me again, Liam, I murmured. What did you call me? He gripped my chin, forcing me to meet his gaze, and captured my lips in a searing kiss. Did you miss me? Yes. Who did you miss? Say it clearly. I miss Liam. He bit my lip hard, swallowing my cry with a deeper, wilder kiss. Only when I was breathless and pliant did he soften, wiping my tears. Did I hurt you tonight? I shook my head. Then did you enjoy it? I bit my lip, my cheeks burning. Slowly, I whispered, It was good. The desire in his eyes reignited. Abby, from now on, only do this with me. Understood? I laughed softly. What are you talking about? Of course it's only with you, Liam. Don't call me by that name. His voice dropped. I feigned surprise. What's wrong with you? You're acting so strange. He covered my eyes gently. Abby, I love it when you call me brother. Call me that from now on. My fingers brushed an old scar on the pad of his thumb. A faint memory flickered, but I couldn't grasp it. Okay, I whispered. For 3 days, Keith and I ate together, walked in the garden, and the nights were filled with insatiable entanglement. On the 3rd night, he took me to a riverside restaurant. I drank too much wine. On the way back, he carried me piggyback. His fingers brushed the old scar on my calf. How did you hurt your leg? Drunk, I murmured the story into his back. Met a bad boy when I was little, a spoiled rich kid. He bullied me because I ignored him. We fought. He pushed me into a flower bed. Bled a lot, but I bit him hard too. He cried. Later he brought me medicine. Said my scar looked like a flower petal, that it was pretty. The day Liam truly returned, Keith arranged a family dinner. At the table, Liam was in a foul mood. When he reached for his 3rd drink, I gently pressed his glass down. Brother, drink less. Your stomach isn't good. The clatter of Keith's knife and fork against his plate was shockingly loud. Liam frowned deeply. What did you call me? My eyes widened with feigned innocence and sweetness. Brother, what's wrong? Abby. Liam stood abruptly, knocking over his plate. He grabbed me by the neck, his eyes bloodshot. Who are you calling brother? What the hell have you been doing behind my back? Tears streamed down my face. You said it yourself, you liked it when I called you that. When did I ever? His voice cut off. The veins on his neck bulged as his furious gaze snapped to Keith. Keith finally stood, his presence icy and imposing. Don't mistreat a girl. He gripped Liam's wrist, forcing him to let go. Come upstairs, we need to talk. Liam shoved me away and followed Keith upstairs. When the study door closed, a text came through on my phone from Keith. Don't be afraid, I'm here. I stared at those 4 words, dried my tears, and laughed at myself in disgust. I stood and walked to the study door, which was slightly ajar. I listened, letting my body tremble. Brother, don't you think you've gone too far? Liam's voice was strained. You set me up. You wanted her. You wanted to take her from me. If you'd been truly sincere with her, no one could have taken her away. Keith's voice was icy. You gave me the chance. You handed her to me. So what? You think she'd be with you willingly? If she knew you pretended to be me to play with her, she'd hate you to death. And if I hadn't taken your bet that night, would you have lost her to a 3rd man instead? Keith rarely raised his voice. You were done playing. There was a younger, prettier girl waiting for you that night. Admit it. Liam was silent, unable to refute. Will you tell her, or shall I? Keith asked. Why? Liam's voice broke with resentment. Why crush me in everything? You have a fiancé. Why fight with me over Abby? Keith's tone was frigid. Crushing you was a matter of capability. As for fighting with you over her, do you think I care about anything you possess? Then what about Abby? At that moment, I pushed the door open wide. I stood there, my face deathly pale, streaked with tears, my whole body shaking like a leaf. They both turned to stare at me. Abby. Keith's brow furrowed, a flicker of panic in his eyes. I looked at Liam, tears falling uncontrollably. Liam, listen to me. You were my first love. Do you know how much I loved you? My voice broke with each word as I retreated toward the balcony. I can't believe you are giving me away like a thing. Abby, it's not like that. I can explain. I turned and leaped from the 2nd floor balcony. I heard their shouts echo above me as I fell. I landed on the soft, freshly tilled soil with a jarring thud, a sharp pain exploding in my ankle. Keith was the first to reach me, but didn't dare touch me. Abby, don't be afraid. The ambulance will be here soon. I'm not going to the hospital, I gritted out through the pain. I looked at Liam, my lips bloody. I never want to see you again, Liam. Abby. I shifted my gaze to Keith. The moment our eyes met, my tears fell anew. I never want to see you again either, Keith. Blood seeped from my fractured leg, dripping onto the old petal-shaped scar on my calf. Keith's pupils contracted violently. Don't move, he whispered, his voice barely audible. I promise you. Neither Liam nor I will ever appear before you again. With the last of my strength, I gave him a fragile smile. As darkness encroached, I whispered my final words to him. Brother, I'll trust you just this once. He kept his promise. During my hospital stay and recovery, neither of them appeared. When I left the hospital for the last time, I saw Keith's car parked in the distance. The windows were tinted, but I knew he was watching. I didn't look back. If this story stirred your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a dose of love dopamine. I'll keep bringing you more tales of passion, heartbreak, and redemption crafted for the ones who still believe in love. And if you stayed until the very end, thank you. You're the kind of soul who believes in love, even when it hurts. Love harder, dream deeper. Until the next heartbeat.